Hey guys, it's Jaclyn. Welcome to my channel. For today's video, I'm showing you how to do this super simple fresh face makeup look that I have been loving lately. Normally, I don't really have a go-to makeup look because I like to experiment. I like colors. I like playing with different foundations. I like doing a lot of different things with my makeup, but this combination has been one I have been reaching for a ton lately. I feel really good whenever I do this. It is super fast. This eyeshadow look really only takes 3 eyeshadows that are single shadows from some of my favorite indie brands. And it is something that is super simple. So when I'm in a rush in the morning, this is my go-to and I really like it. I love how it looks. So I really wanted to share it with you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to hit that subscribe button down below. And if you like this look and want to see how I did it, keep on watching. And remember, please give this video a thumbs up if you like it. All right, let's jump into it. So I just washed my face and took all of the makeup that I was wearing earlier today off so that I could make this video. So my skin's feeling a little dry and I'm going to start this off doing what I've been doing every single time that I've been doing my makeup lately and use the LANEIGE Water Bank Moisture Cream. And just rub this all over my face. Next, I'm going to take a little bit of the Smashbox Photofinish Primerizer and just press that in. I really just like how this one feels, and I find it works really nicely with my foundation that I use a lot, which is the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear. I find that doesn't work super well with my other favorite, which is the YSL Touche Clout Blur Primer. I think this one's a little bit more of like a silicone based, and it just doesn't seem to work well with that foundation. So I tend to use the Smashbox Primerizer, and it works really nicely. So next up is the Hollywood Flawless Filter for a Superstar Youth Glow. Again, I use the shade 1. So I just like to have that all over. And then the next thing I like to do is conceal. So I actually like to conceal before my foundation. If you haven't watched my foundation everyday tutorial, the link will be down below. But I like to do this first. And I'm going to take my Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the shade Swan. It is definitely one of their lighter ones. Putting that anywhere that I have a little bit of redness or breakout or anything like that. And then I'm going to take my Beauty Blender and just blend that out. Next, I'm taking my Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation, and I'm the shade 0.1. So I like to take about 2 pumps of that on the back of my hand, and again balance that in with my Beauty Blender. I feel like when I try to do my makeup more than once in a day, my skin doesn't really take to it as well as it did the first time in the day. So we're just gonna go with it though. I'm gonna put some more of that concealer underneath my eyes. And a little on my nose. And again, blend that with the Beauty Blender. Powder under the eyes, I'm going to take the Becca Under Eye Brightening Setting Powder. I really like this powder. I've actually used an entire one of these before. I like it because it doesn't really change underneath. It really does brighten it, and I find it just stays all day. It doesn't make my eyes look creepy or weird or anything like that. So next up is bronzer, and for that I like to take my Nudestix Nudies all over face color in the shade Bondi Bay. I like to draw some of that, just like kind of along my cheekbone, on both sides, forehead, a dot on the chin, dotting it lightly on the nose. And then I take my Sephora Collection Pro Mini 55.5 brush and blend that out. Hair sticking to my face. Ah. I like this because it really does give like a nice warmth to the face. It's a really pretty bronzer. Next, I like to do my blush, and the last few days I've been reaching for my Marc Jacobs Lush and Libido, which is this really pretty bright pink. You can use any bright pink that you have. I also really like Dandelion by Benefit. That is one of my favorites. I think it's just a really pretty color, and it gives a nice flush to the cheeks, and it goes with a lot, especially this eye look that I will be doing. I've been trying out a bunch of like cream blushes, but I find that they don't really last as long on me as like the powder blushes. So that's kind of why I've been drawn to this. I do like the Nudestix Bareback though, but I just wanted something a little bit more pink and flushed. And then I like to take a little bit on the tip of my nose and like brush it up to the temples and just kind of like all over flush. And then what I like to do is actually go back to my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter and dot a little bit of that on the cheekbones for like a really nice glossy effect. And on my nose. Forgot about that. So basically I do that on both sides, and then I like to blend it in with my beauty blender. I started doing this after I watched both Samantha Ravndahl and I believe Raw Christie Beauty do this, and I was like, wow, that's just a really nice glossy effect, and that was what I was going for. So I did it, and I love it. It is just such a nice glowy kind of a look, and I really like that for the winter because I feel like my skin just feels so dry with it being so cold out, so I always want something that's more glowy and dewy, and I really like that. Plus I really like it's like a multi-use product, so that's what I've been doing the last couple of days, and it's really nice and easy. And next, I'm going to go ahead and do my brows. I'm going to do that off camera, though, because I will be having a brow tutorial coming up soon, if you want to see how I do my brows. But they're kind of a pain in the butt, so I'm going to go ahead, do that off camera real quick, and I will be right back. So my brows are done, and I zoomed you in a little bit so you can really see what I'm doing on my eyes. So first things first, I'm taking my trusty Smashbox 24-hour Photofinish Shadow Primer. I seem to really be liking Smashbox these days, but honestly, I've had this primer for a while now, and I use it every single day that I use my makeup, and I still haven't run out, so I definitely think it's a really good buy. It makes my makeup last a very, very long time. It never creases on me. I thoroughly enjoy this eyeshadow base. So for this super easy everyday eyeshadow look, you really only need 3 shadows, maybe 4 if you're feeling fancy, but if you have a highlighter, you really don't need that 4th shade. It's just something a little extra that I like to add, but 2 of these are neutrals that I use all the time. They are single shadows, and then the 3rd is really what makes this eye look pop, and it is the reason why I'm doing this video, and it is a shadow that I have been loving. Absolutely loving lately. Like, I don't reach for any other shadow that I can think of this much. That is how much I love this shadow. But first, I'm going to start off with this beautiful neutral shade right here called Camel. It is by Sydney Grace Co. It is a really nice light brown, and I use this with almost any look that I do. So I like to take that on a Smith 232. It is really just a big fluffy brush, and I like to dust that into the crease and like blend it upwards. This is going to be what you kind of see the most in the crease. I like to pat it on the outer corner, build it up, and then sweep to about 3/4 of my crease. So not all the way in to the inner corner, but enough. And I also like to blend it up when I have less on my brush, so it kind of will create an ombre effect, a gradient, a nice little gradient. I love this shade. It blends out so nicely. Honestly, the Sydney Gray shadows that I have are some of the shadows that I reach for the absolute most. And I have a lot of makeup. I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes, and I reach for these more than almost anything else. Next, taking this shade right here, which is by Sydney Grace Co. Again, it is called Calling Birds. I think it's just a really beautiful, cooler toned brown that has a hint of purpley to it. I'm taking that on a smaller brush. This is actually a Smith 230. And I'm going to place that a little bit lower just to deepen the crease up. Taking it the same amount in and curving it down. So you should be able to see just like that. I really like to focus more of this darker shade on the outer corner, just because I feel like that also really helps to round out my eye, which is kind of the look I'm going for, and just gives it more of a dimension. I like for it to be lighter as it goes toward the inner corner and darker as it goes toward the outer. Now I'm going to take the bigger brush, not adding any more color to it, and blend over top of that, just to kind of blend this more together. I've noticed recently I've been liking more of this more round shape instead of the elongated almond shape. I don't know. It's just what I've been doing the last few weeks, I guess. I don't know. But it's pretty. And now with my ring finger, I'm going to take this shade right here by M Cosmetics called Precious. This is described as a light rose gold color. It is a beautiful, stunning metallic shade. I absolutely love it. I can't stop wearing it. I have no words for how much I love this shadow. And I really like it also that it's more of a neutral shade, so you can really just wear it with whatever you want. So I like to take it, look at that, just how gorgeous is that even on my hand, swatching it. It's so smooth. I love how smooth these shadows are. I have a couple of hers, but this is the one I use the most, and gorgeous. Just look how beautiful this is. So I like to place this all over the lid using my ring finger. It is not the most precise tool on the planet, but I really like what effect you get when you apply it this way. So that's why I do it. Plus it's easy and you don't need all the tools. So I did get a little bit on underneath my eye, but that's my fault because I was a little messy. So I'm just taking the foundation brush and pulling that underneath my eye. So now what I'm going to do is take the smaller brush we had, which was with the darker shade, and pull that through the crease to blend the shimmery shade, the outside of it. And take a little bit more of that color, pat it on the outer corner, blend it through, something here. Using an Esum W36 brush, which is like a small tapered fluffy brush. Really any fluffyish brush that's small that you have will work. I'm going to take that darker shade once again, calling birds, and pull it underneath my eye. Keeping it really close to the lash line. So now this part is the part you could skip if you wanted to, or you could sub out with a highlighter. You don't need this, but this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills shade called Peach Smoothie. It is like a really light gold, and I'm going to take it on a small flat paddle brush. It is the Volair E08 that I have. I'm going to take a little bit of that and put it in the inner corner. Again, that isn't entirely necessary. You can just use the shade we had, or you could use a nice light highlighter if you would like. But it's just something I thought was pretty, so I added it. And yeah, that's it for eyeshadow. Super, super simple, great for every day, and I love it. So now where we are with this look, you have a couple of options, and that's what I really like about this. It is totally versatile with whatever you are wearing. So one thing you can do is leave it here and just put some mascara on, and you're done. Nice, easy, quick, fresh-faced. The next thing you can do is take a nice brown liner. I usually will use like Teddy by MAC or the Marc Jacobs Brownie eyeliner, and put that just in my waterline, leave the top, and it's again a nice fresh look with a little bit defined on the bottom. You can do this in the waterline and do this on the top lash line, I guess. You can do both there. Or what else I like to do is sometimes I will line with a brown liner in my waterline, and then I will also take a black liquid liner and do a little line with black on my eyelid. It's really whatever you're feeling, whatever you're looking for that day, and just doing those little changes can actually really change up what it looks like on your eye. And I like it all the different ways. So I think today I'm actually just gonna go with the brown liner on both. I think it's really pretty. It's nice and soft. So if you don't really like to do black eyeliner or you're intimidated by it, it's a nice softer version of that. And I tend to find the brown is a little bit more forgiving and not as bold, but it's still gorgeous. I wore black eyeliner earlier today. Love it. Just whatever you're really feeling. So I'm going to line my eyes with my Marc Jacobs pencil, and then I will be right back. So with where we are, there really isn't that much left to do. One thing you can do is if this isn't enough highlighter for you, you can take another powder highlighter on top of that. Lately, I've just been taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy and just taking a little bit of that on top of where I put the Charlotte Tilbury one, just to give it a little bit more glow, because if you don't know by now, highlight is like my favorite thing. I think it is gorgeous. I can't stop buying it. I love highlight. So this is actually the Smith 104 brush, in case you were wondering. So I like to do that. You could leave it. You don't have to add this. Up to you. Whatever you want. or just take whatever highlight you do own. It's just a nice light one. I like it. So that, and then I like to take a little bit of MAC's Fix Plus. And then just kind of press that in a little bit. So I actually forgot about setting more of my face. I don't always do it. But if I do, I like to do it right around my smile lines and my chin. But that's just because, like, I tend to rest on my, my head a lot when I'm at work at my desk. So I tend to do that, but I don't always. It's just where the foundation rubs off on me. So do whatever you like to do for powder. I would just do it before the MAC's Fix Plus if that's what you're doing. But I like the Fix Plus because it just melds it all together, makes everything look less powdery, and makes it all look more glowy. Then I like to take my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Not that I need it all night, because honestly, as soon as I'm done finishing this, I'm going to be taking it off because it's late. I gotta go to bed. I have work in the morning. And then for lips, I like to take a really nice sheer lip. You can really do whatever you want. This is just the easiest thing for me every day, and I like it because it's like nice and balmy. So for me, I'm gonna take the Burberry Kisses Sheer English Rose number 217. This is really just like a My Lips But Better color. I actually usually keep this in my like go bag, whatever I'm taking with me for the day, because it's something I can just throw on and like not have to worry about it, reapply whenever I want. It's just a really pretty color. I love it. It goes with a lot. And then the last thing to do is to do my mascara, and I hate doing that on camera. So I will do that. I will be right back for the exit of this. And there you have it. This is my final look. It is really nice, light, fresh. I hope I gave you enough options for what you could do, especially if you're looking for something nice to wear on the everyday basis, if you were looking for some inspiration on what to wear to work, something that was really easy to just like throw on. I highly, highly recommend those shades from Sydney Grace Co. and from M Cosmetics, specifically the shimmery shades from M, because those are what I've used, but I really love these shadows. I think they go on beautifully and are really easy, so they are something that I reach for a lot, especially if I'm in a rush in the morning when I'm headed out to work. So if you're gonna work, school, whatever, this look, hands down, it is one that I really love. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something new, and I will talk to you all real soon. Bye.